Whales are accumulating Shiba Inu coin like the market might recover one day. Like the price of Shiba Inu coin might go back up one day. And I know that this goes against the narrative that they're trying to cram down your throat right now. But the market will go up one day. Prices will rise again. And all of the fear that they are shoving our way, well, it will one day be lifted. And we're going to see those gains. We're going to see the confidence. We're going to see the greed return to the space. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video, but we're going to be going over some of the statistics that show you whales are eating up $10.4 million worth of Shiba Inu coin at these prices. Guys, I know that it seems like whales have unlimited amounts of money, and whales might have unlimited amounts of money, but they are willing to spend it. They are willing to buy. And when they're willing to do that in the face of all of the fear, that's how they become whales. So let's discuss it. If it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay, and as you can see, Shiba Inu coin price predictions and analysis as whales scoop up $10.4 million worth of SHIB as the token's price is tumbling. Now, we know that we're up since yesterday. All of the news surrounding the Donald Trump tariffs and the negotiations to put America in a more favorable situation in terms of global trade have been unfolding, and we saw one of the best days that the U.S. stock market has ever seen yesterday. And we're getting a little bit of a pullback today so far this morning. It says the burn rate has dropped 82% over the last 7 days. These are just some of the points that this article goes over. Whales purchased 874 billion Shiba Inu coins after the recent market downturn. Shiba Inu coin, I don't know if it touched 9. I guess it depends on what broker you're looking at. I saw 1020. These guys saw 980 points per coin, breaking that 1,000 point per coin level. Now, on-chain metrics suggest quiet accumulation despite, I think it's in spite of the price decline. I think it's because the price is declining that these whales are going out there. Guys, you realize this $10 million that they bought, if Shiba Inu coin essentially goes back to where it was a couple of months ago, they made $20 million profit. Think about all of that money simply because they were willing to buy. Now, I know that it might be a different situation for you and I. Okay, we buy $100 worth and it turns into $300 worth. That's still fantastic. But it's not $30 million. We buy $1,000 worth, and it turns into $3,000. We buy 10 grand worth, and it turns into 30 grand. You know, everybody's in a different situation, but these whales are willing to accumulate $10 million worth at the current prices. Now, it says that Shiba Inu coin is plunged to its lowest price in 13 months, breaking below that 1,000 point per coin mark. Now, what I see out on KSX is that we bottomed at about 1090 or 1028. Yeah, 1028 points per coin. So it does depend on what exchange you were using that you may have seen 980 points per coin. I did not see that level yesterday, so I can't say that it dropped back down below the 1,000 point per coin mark. But of course, these guys say that it hit right below, and that it did drop. The downturn comes as Shiba Inu coin's burn rate has fallen by 82% over the last 7 days, marking one of the sharpest weekly slowdowns in the project's recent history. This has sparked questions about whether or not the meme coin's momentum is fading or simply taking a temporary pause. So I do believe that it's taking a temporary pause, but I will say this. There are, and it's unbelievable to me, okay? And this is one of the reasons that retail investors fail. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. They fail because they are willing to give up. You see, investing in the stock market, investing in the cryptocurrency market, it can bring those overnight gains. It can bring those situations where you buy in and the next day you can close out. But if you are here for the whale wealth, a lot of the Shiba Inu coin whales, guys, they bought Ethereum 10 years ago, and they were willing to hold Ethereum. They bought Ethereum, maybe 6 years ago, and for $80 a coin, and they were willing to hold it. And now they've gone out there and they've 100x their money, and now they're trading it for Shiba Inu coin, and they expect to make 5, 6, 7x gains in Shiba Inu coin. The whales, they don't wake up rich. The whales are willing to deal with all of the market volatility, the ups and the downs. They might feel the emotions. They might have some sort of psychopath tendencies where they don't feel the emotions, but longevity in the market will do that to you. It will allow you to become numb to all of the volatility, all of the pain that regular retail investors feel when the fear is so high. And right now, they are selling. Right now, they are giving up. And you can see this in the numbers, right? You can see it in the numbers on the Shiba Inu coin videos, whether it be my videos or anybody else out there. You can see it in the amount of people that are still willing to make cryptocurrency videos despite all of the negativity and all of the, decline that has been going on. You can see it out on X. You can see it in the comments. You can see it all over in the headlines from mainstream media and so on. The picture and the narrative that is being drawn right now is that this is bad. It's only ever going to get worse. And anybody who is willing to ride it out is going to go down with the ship and ride it into nothing. And I do not believe that's the case. Why? They said the same thing in 2013, okay? And I fell victim to it in 2013. I read all the news articles. Bitcoin was for nothing but illegal activity. And I thought, oh, you know what? All right, makes sense. Yeah. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong, right? And I can't kick myself too hard because I don't know if I still would have held it or not. But Bitcoin would have been $300 per coin back then. And of course, it's trading at $80,000 per coin today. And then you fast forward, 2017. Wow, the Bitcoin bubble has burst. Bitcoin rose too high. It dropped down from 19,000, and it will never recover. Anybody that was dumb enough to buy Bitcoin at $19,000 per coin will never see that money again. Oh. They got a little quiet in 2021 when things began to run back up. Now, anybody who was dumb enough to buy on the election speculation of Donald Trump promising to make an environment where cryptocurrency is embraced and digital assets can grow will never see their money again. It is the same exact stories. It is the same exact headlines. It is the same exact narrative that I have been seeing and reading for the last 12, 13 years. It is utter insanity, but people fall victim to it. They buy into it. And what that means is that they sell when everybody is showing extreme fear. They sell when prices are low. They're unwilling to go out and be like the whales who are willing to accumulate on these dips. Guys, I don't know how long we have to go through price declines. I don't know what the timeline looks like. If I did, all of us would be multimillionaires or billionaires. But what I do know is that whether it's the next day, the next year, or the next decade, I plan on being in this industry. I plan on watching it grow. I plan on getting my share of the tens of trillions of dollars that are going to be created. I want to know what you guys plan on doing. If you plan on joining me, if you plan on being in the cryptocurrency space, there's a couple places you can get your hands on some. You obviously got the KSX exchange down in the description below, and this is more for traders, right? It's very easy, but you can come out on up to 100x leverage. You don't have to trade on leverage if you don't want to, but if you do want to, it's the fastest way to make a lot of money with a little money. They've got 0% fees, so you're not going to find better fees than the KSX exchange. You're not going to find a better selection of crypto than what's available on the KSX exchange, and it's extremely easy to use. If you plan on holding your cryptocurrency, this is what I do with the vast majority of my crypto. Hold it on the blockchain. Now, Best Wallet is your access to the blockchain. It's extremely easy to use. You get a free download in the description there. It's going to pull you to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. These guys are competing with the big names like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Phantom Wallet, and so on. And they actually have a lot of unique features that these other wallets don't have. So make sure, check them out, see if you like them, let me know. And until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.